Also, Ben, what jersey are you wearing?
This is Habs.
Oh yeah.
From that outdoor game Classic. They did in it was because that was the game they did in Toronto. They called this some dumb bullshit.
Heritage Classic.
It was called the NHL 100 Classic because it was in the month of the 100th anniversary of the NHL's existence that they played the game.
And I am wearing.
And the Habs played absolute shit that game. It's against Ottawa.
What? And I am wearing this hot shit.
Oh yeah, dude. Once I saw the shoulder patches, I was like, yeah, got the classic, the classic Ducks jersey.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Fifth Line Podcast. We're back. We got Eric back this week. He's a busy man. That man. What are you up to?
So I just want to start off by saying, I missed last week. Obviously, I had a roller hockey game and we won 8-1. It wouldn't have mattered if I was there. And I'm kind of.
No, they only won by that much because you were there in the lineup, Eric.
We only won because our first line center almost went to Canada to play junior hockey.
No. See, he's the flashy one. He's the one who gets all the credit, but it's you, the stalwart on the back end. It's you.
That's right.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
That's right. 8-1.
But yeah, 8-1. Yeah. So yeah, I was having a good time while y'all were having a good time, I guess. But I'm a busy man doing some schoolwork because I am in the second to last semester of my master's program in public health.
Yeah, that's right. It's spring, right?
So you're close to graduating.
Yeah.
Spring is when you graduate?
Yep, spring.
Look at that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Then he comes up here.
All grown up.
Before that, huge party at Eric's house for graduation.
friggin' right.
That should be fantastic. Looking very much forward to it.
Yeah, that'll be a hoot.
And a half, maybe.
That's right. 3 quarters.
But that's what I've been up to. I know. So if you guys want to start with team updates, I assume.
I want to check in with the other gentlemen.
Yeah,
as well.
Okay.
First of all,
I am good.
I got. This is what I have to drink tonight. Goose Island, Ben. Lost.
I do love me some
palate?
Goose Island. Usually, what kind of beer is that? Though?
Lost Palate. It is. It's a hazy IPA with mango and natural cinnamon flavor.
Yeah,
it sounds weird.
Okay.
I just saw it when I was at Stewart's. I was like, yeah, sure. So I'm gonna try that, but. What I wanted to talk about to start, gentlemen. Nick, how are you?
I am good.
Nick's good. What I wanted to start with was, I know the three of us had a plan, and our plan was we were going to pool a little bit of money. We were going to grab Nick a Sens jersey. Mm-hmm. But what if, instead of that, we did a little Secret Santa action?
Oh, do we each get a person to buy a jersey?
Yeah, we do like a random drawing. And then,
we're not buying each other jerseys.
Not necessarily a jersey, but like, something.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like full blown brand new Adidas. I'm saying find like some cool one for somebody's team for like $50 on eBay.
I mean, I'd be down for that, but I'm not saying it doesn't have to be a jersey. But I'm saying we could do a Secret Santa type thing for this holiday season, because I think that would be really cool.
I mean, whoever I'm getting is getting a jersey.
So hope Ben picks you, basically, and then don't tell anybody who you get.
Yeah,
so that ruins it.
Somebody else has to make this decision, though.
Danielle, I'll have Danielle.
Danielle can, and then she can just message each of us.
She'll message everybody who gets what. Yeah. I'll enlist her help for that. But yeah,
I'm gonna get Ben a bag of dicks.
It's.
Oh, I didn't switch to my filming glasses.
Isn't there like a candy? Isn't there like a candy called Bag of Dicks or something? And it's like candy you can eat, and they're all just.
I mean, they do dick gummies for like bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
Just get a literal bag of gummy dicks.
Listen, if it's edible and it tastes like sugar.
Yeah, dude, I'll eat those.
Yeah, sure.
You want a gummy penis? You remember that from The Office? And there's gummy bears right next to him, and he's eating the gummy penises. They taste better.
I like that idea, Mike. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sweet. Yeah. I thought as soon as I thought of it, I was like, that could be fun.
Cool.
And then we open it on the podcast.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Idea.
Holiday special.
Yeah. So let's go into some team stuff. I'd like to go to Eric first because we missed him last week, and I am not an Eric replacement when it comes to the Islanders.
How about some Isles talk, Eric?
Yeah.
The Islanders were just abysmal. Their first few games, like just abysmal. They're like everyone's like, yeah, the Islanders, they're good at. They don't need to score a lot because they're so good defensively. And like through 3 games, they let up 15 goals.
It was a little rough. Yeah.
That's not good defensively. Yeah.
That's
not very good.
Ideal. Yeah.
They're kind of getting everything back together right now. I know they just came off of a shutout win last night against Arizona, which I'm glad you can score 3 against Arizona after making it to the conference final last year. That's
everybody's scoring 3 on Arizona.
Yeah. So
I say that Habs probably will.
Yeah, but so I haven't really sat down and watched a full Islanders game. I haven't had the chance to, but I did watch a lot of the Carolina game, and obviously Carolina's a really good team. The Islanders just look like right now, like finding defensive structure is a little bit tricky for them. That doesn't worry me because they usually figure that out. What worries me is they start off the season with just a lack of scoring. And I know Anders Lee is back and Palmieri was signed, all that stuff, but they just have not really shown their offense. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just typical Islanders offense. And the fact that they have all these D-men in their contract years, like Pelech and Pulock, and they start off their first 3 games letting in 15 goals. Because from what I saw, like, I mean, you could say, okay, maybe Sorokin. Oh, Varlamov was also hurt to start the season. I don't know if you guys knew.
Yeah, he's still hurt, I think.
Yeah, so Sorokin's been the starter, and he's been playing really well. Granted, I know the 15 goals through the first 3 games. You could say, oh, like, well, what was he doing? It was not just him. The team in front of him was not giving him any help.
Right.
So I do like where Sorokin is trending because obviously he deserved a shutout. The Isles played Chicago, another terrible team. Which I guess we'll get into that at another point.
Yeah, we can talk about that, sure.
Yeah. But they beat Chicago 4-1. Chicago scored with 30 seconds left because the Isles can't buy Sorokin a shutout, of course. They just have to, leave some man unmarked in front. It's like, great job, guys. But yeah, so he's the bright spot out of all of that. It's like, because it's one of those things, they just signed him. The Islanders kind of are running that tandem style goaltending thing. So it's like, I want him to start off the season strong. And he has, at least I think. And yeah, again, the offense is just the Isles offense. We'll see what happens in the coming games. They play Vegas tonight. I think that'll be a good test. And they're also obviously on a 13-game road trip to start the season.
Frickin' A.
That's not easy. That's not easy, but they need to, like, this is important. It obviously doesn't make or break the season. It's a long season, but it's an important chunk of the season.
Yeah, so, we're back. We're back to the long season now.
Yeah. So I'd like to see the Islanders score more. And I'd like to see some guys, Nelson, Barzell, Lee, Palmieri. I'd like to see all those guys step up a little more. And that's pretty much the Isles report. No other injuries other than Varlamov. Oh, there was a stomach bug or something going around. A few Islanders had to take time sitting out. But I think that's not really that big of a deal. It's not COVID, so it's that's good. But yeah, that's about it, guys. The Islanders, like, all these we're seeing all these teams that, like, should be doing good. Like, if you look at the standings, obviously you guys know it's just like, what the hell? And like, I don't want to get into that right now, but yeah, that's the Islanders.
Yeah, I see.
Just
yeah, and that's the thing that I would be probably nervous about is, and it's kind of the thing that I am nervous about is usually there's more scoring towards the beginning of the season, and then usually it slows down a little bit. Islanders having a bit of a tough time, and the Lightning weirdly are having a bit of a tough time, but we can get into that in a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they'll do once Varlamov comes back.
Same.
Do you know timetable? Do you know the timetable on him?
I don't have a timetable. I know this though. I know he's practicing.
Oh, yes.
So it's more of a classic, like, he's been battling something or tweaked something, and they're just gonna kind of keep him around. He is traveling with the team. At least that's what I thought. I know a few games ago. Do you guys know who the Islanders' backup was behind Sorokin?
No.
Was it Schneider?
Corey Schneider, who has not played an NHL game in a long time.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. He got into some preseason ones, didn't he? And where he was like pretty terrible.
He was okay in one of them.
Was he actually okay? Okay.
He was okay in one of them, but again, it's preseason, and also it's one of those things, right? It's a classic Lou move. Like, oh, Corey used to be the Devils goalie, like.
And he's kind of been their like last resort for a second now, right? Because wasn't he their like third option in the playoffs last year?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And they never used him, obviously, but
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
so, that's the big Varlamov. He's the big name.
The big name, and obviously your other big names that are healthy need to start. Doing some shit.
Yeah, Barzal can't do everything though.
That's true.
He's strong. He always looks strong. Even when he doesn't get any points in a game, he has the puck on his stick for such a long period of time and always creates something. So.
Yeah, no one person can do it all, unless it's McDavid.
Before we move on to another team, we got to give a shout out to second in the Atlantic, Buffalo Sabres.
Shout out!
What the fuck?
Buffalo coming out swinging.
For real.
I will say their first 3 opponents that they beat, not the toughest.
Yeah, Montreal wasn't exactly.
They steamrolled Montreal in that game.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Arizona brought them to the shootout, and I forget the other team that they beat. Was it Vancouver?
Yeah.
They didn't lose to Vancouver? They lost to Boston. They lost to Boston.
They beat Vancouver.
They did, yep. So they beat Vancouver and then lost to Boston. So the 3 that they beat are in the mid to lower tier of the NHL. But still, I mean, they've looked good when they've been playing.
Yeah.
And now they have to go up tomorrow, gentlemen, against my Lightning.
Oh boy!
A game that I will be there live in the flesh.
Oh, I was at you, Danielle, gonna be like,
I forgot about
button
that.
heads, and then I'm like, oh yeah, you are, because you're gonna be at it in person.
Nothing like going to Buffalo on a Monday night.
Yep, Monday. So so this is how it works, gentlemen. I took a half day because I don't have much time left because I used a lot of vacation for vacations.
Yeah.
So I get out at 1. We drive there. It's 4.5 hour drive. So we get there at 5:30, 6. Game's at 7. Game gets done at 9:30, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of there. Hopefully it's not like 5 hours back. So it's gonna be and work at 9 the next morning. So it's gonna be I'm gonna be tired. But you know what? That's good.
It's worth it.
Because I'll pass out the next night and I'll actually be able to sleep for once.
So does Danielle have to work tomorrow and Tuesday too?
She's working Tuesday, but she took she took the whole day off. So.
Jeez, if I were her, I would have fucking taken a half day.
Tuesday, half day. Gone in the afternoon.
Done a half day on both days and then go in the afternoon, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That sucks, booty cheeks. You're going to be a miserable dick on Tuesday.
That's right. That's right. I
don't know if I've seen Mike get more angry when he's tired. You just were like a zombie for a summer, though.
Yeah, Ben's experienced it. Ben's experienced me on.
He wasn't that angry. He was just like, it was funny that, well, not funny. It was probably really bad, but like you would just be out of it, and then like as soon as somebody brought you just be like, oh hey, how's it going?
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my god, yeah, I remember doing that so many times because I just zoned out and was just sitting there. Yeah. No, it won't be bad. It won't be bad. But
you do that anyway.
Yeah, that's goddamn right. I don't need to listen to you guys. I'm not feeling great, to be honest, even though it is the Sabres and it's the Lightning. The Lightning are looking like ass, gentlemen.
What have they been doing lately? I haven't been following
They
them.
are 2-2-1, 5th in the division. Detroit is ahead of them.
Yeah.
Same record. So it's because they have a better goal differential. This is the first time I think Tampa's goal differential has been in the negatives. It's -6.
That is strange.
Wow.
What?
First time in a while, I should say. Not ever, obviously, but they until Colorado, they hadn't held the lead in a game.
Wow.
They've never scored. They haven't scored first yet. It's
Jesus.
They're not good.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
They're not doing good. They're squeezing out. The only 2 wins they have are OT. It's not good.
So Mike, I actually have a question.
Yeah.
And at least every time I look at Lightning highlights, Stamkos though seems to be doing things.
Stamkos is the bright spot.
Well, yeah. What's he up to?
He's leading the team in points. He's got 9. I think he's got 4 goals, 5 assists. But
nice.
I mean,
that's really good.
He's doing really well. He seems to have turned back the clock a little bit. Okay. But like points got 2 goals, I think. Hedman has a bunch of assists, which is good, but like frickin' A. They're at like 3 goals a game, and that's with the Detroit 7-goal game. So
yeah.
So they're not averaging a whole lot on those other games, but I don't know. It's not good. Power play percentage is 16.67.
Yikes.
That's the lowest it's been in years. They always are at the top of the power play percentage, and it is just ass. And Corey Perry has been playing really well. Every time I watch, he's like sniffing it. I know. I'm watching it.
Goddamn beaut.
He's sniffing around the net. He gets close like every game, and it's just like a little stick gets in the way, or he nicks the post or something, but
that's the thing. He's still like 10,000% effort kind of player. Yeah. He just like, he's not what he once was because time. Yeah. But with him, you should watch if he ever gets a chance in alone, or if he gets just a little bit of space, he's still got fucking hands.
Yeah.
So if he gets some space alone, he could do some fun stuff. I don't know. I hope he does well.
Me too. Freaking A. Yeah, that's all I really have on the Lightning. They're not performing up to standard. That's okay. And Cooch is out.
I have a question for you, actually, Mike.
Yeah.
Do you think the Lightning not performing right now? Do you think it's more of an adjustment thing because they kind of lost an entire third line, and they have to really get used to playing as a team without that?
I think.
Oof.
Yeah, I think that could be part of it. I think the other part is just fatigue.
Okay.
I think they could just be tired. Because the last 2 seasons they've played the max amount of hockey. So
that is true.
And it's another.
They snagged Barré Boulet back.
They did get Barré Boulet back after losing him on waivers. They snagged him back on waivers. But I think it's a little bit of fatigue, and it's another shortened off season. So that's the thing. They've won 2 Stanley Cups, and each time haven't had the full off season. So wait. Actually, after right. The bubble playoffs, that one might have been close to a full off season.
I thought that was even shorter.
From September to, they would have had October, November, December. That's 3.
June to
and then half of January.
September.
I think they had almost. Yeah, it was about a full off season.
They've played a lot of hockey in a very short amount of time.
They have, and they are banged up. So Kucherov got hurt. And what I've seen that is it's a groin injury that was never fully healed from their first the first round series in the bubble against Columbus.
Oh geez.
Yeah, was never fully healed, and I guess he took a weird hit
or whatever,
and it tinged it again or whatever.
Interesting.
So there's not really a timetable, but because I haven't heard anything yet if they're going to do surgery or not, but so he's out. So let everybody start their cap circumvention talk now. Who knows? I could see them add somebody, but it all depends, because obviously as soon as he comes back, his cap hits back on. So
yeah, that's the thing. Like when everybody start being like, Eichel to Tampa, but like,
listen, we're gonna get into that later.
We can, but like, there's just like, it's not the same as it was last year, where they knew he was going to be gone the whole season.
Yes, that's true.
The only way that works is they ride those 2 out on LTIR the whole entire season.
What you don't see,
which you can't do, like if
he's healthy,
becomes healthy, like, and it becomes enough of a thing, like they're not going to just be like, yeah, you would just leave him there. Like, he has to eventually be cleared.
Listen, gentlemen, this is all a top. This is literally a topic. So let's wait and get him into bed.
I mean, I wasn't necessarily saying specifically for just Jack Eichel too, like just in general
for
with
picking
the Lightning,
anyone up.
It's not like, it wouldn't be something where you could just take a $10 million player just because you're putting that much on there, because he's gonna eventually come back.
True.
It might allow you to, like, in the meantime, go for, like, have a little more leeway to go for like a $3 to $4 million guy. That's something where down the line you'd have an easier time moving out other pieces to then make that number work. But like, it with stuff big, it wouldn't work this year. I don't think
it's well, it won't work the same, obviously, because he won't be gone the whole season.
Right.
So you'd have to do another trade, like a blast. You'd have to like pull some. You'd probably have to sell huge to make space for him.
Yeah, any team you're making a trade with would be like, well,
no.
I mean,
just no,
unless you do this crazy amount of stuff, because I know that you have to be doing, like, so you're going to be, it wouldn't make a lot of sense.
But later on, I'll tell you why it would work.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
How about the Habs? They could get Eichel. Except I think he's got a no move, so I think he's probably going to say no to that.
I mean, I don't think that, like, the Habs have had a really bad start, but I don't think they're as bad as this 1-5 start they have right now, because since we last spoke, they've played 3 more games and won one of them.
Ooh, yeah.
That game against the Sharks was probably their worst game.
Oh, man, they were taking it in the ass there, dude.
Did you watch that game?
No, but I saw the score and I know it's the Sharks.
Yeah. That was the thing, like, literally through the first, it wasn't until the game against Carolina, which they still lost.
Oh boy.
But,
I want to get into that after. Keep going.
The game against Carolina, where there was that friggin' goal at the beginning where, yeah, sure, whatever. And then they just kind of, they were in it for a lot of the game, and it was the first game where I saw them actually, like, completing breakouts, like doing things, playing hockey, actually getting chances. It was like the first, like, because that was the thing through the first 4 games, there was nothing. There was 10 minutes in a game against Toronto, and then maybe 15 minutes in that game against the Rangers, and then other than that, dick all. So Carolina, as bad as it ended, there was parts of it where I was like, all right, there's at least things they can build off of here. Sorry. They mercifully split up Chariot Savard, which has been nice, and they've got Sammy Niku in for the most recent game, which ended up being really nice. Some of the passing and breakouts he's making, and like the plays he's making, were part of what made that game happen. I think he had 3 assists.
Dang.
Against Detroit, but him in the defensive zone.
Is that a young D-man?
Yeah, it was a guy that the Jets just recently let go.
Oh.
And the Habs signed him like right before the season started as like sort of a project kind of player. And then in his first preseason game, he got concussed.
Oh.
I think it was against Ottawa, I want to say. But I don't know. They are still bad. But there was enough in the game. Now. They have points now, yes. And there was enough that I saw in parts of the game against Carolina, and then especially last night where they seemed to really gel. I mean, it's Detroit, but also Detroit's 4th in the Atlantic Division right now. So what if
Detroit seems to be good?
So it was a promising game. There was a lot of lines that were new that seemed to gel last night. There was some defensemen coming in and playing well, like Sammy Niku, and like there was not anything to complain about last night. It was just nice. It was nice to finally get a win. It was just nice.
I saw that Kevin
that meme I sent to
Kevin meme. That's so good.
It's just nice to win one.
Saw that too. Yeah. That was funny.
It's funny, haha.
Yeah, so hopefully it's something they can build on, because I don't want to do whatever the season seems to be. I don't want to do this all year.
Yeah.
Because it's not a great pace right now. But hopefully they can pick it up. They got a West Coast swing coming up. I think they play Seattle Monday, San Jose again, I think Thursday.
San Jose's been weirdly good.
don't remember who the third person on the road trip is, but regardless, they're going on a road trip. Hopefully they can keep up this more recent okay things going and just kind of build some kind of identity, because they legit were not doing anything for the first 4 games. Like, I didn't have any further criticism because like they're literally doing
the only
nothing.
Criticism is they need to do something.
Yeah, like they couldn't break out, like all that. Like, so at least they seem to have established some amount of footing the last couple games, and I'm hoping they can build on that. But
now,
who knows?
This is something I was talking to my dad about, and I think you mentioned this, but do you think part of their scoring issues are because Phil Deneau leaves and now Suzuki is taking on more of the defensive role, taking on those bigger matchups?
I mean, it's that, as well as like a million other, because with the departures they had, basically everybody got moved in their lines. Like everybody's like position in the lineup they were playing, like it was just a complete shift for almost everyone, and also just a bunch of new guys. And Jonathan Drouin's back, how is that guy? Like, it's just, how is everybody going to be working in together when like there's just such a? I don't think they have a line left from the Cup Finals. Like, I don't think there is a line of players left together right now, because they split up the Toffoli, Caulfield, Suzuki line because it was not going well. So like, it's everybody in new spots, and the defense especially has been everybody in new spots, and a lot of guys being asked to do a lot more than they probably should be getting asked to do realistically, just because their decor isn't great. It makes sense why they're 1-5. Like, and I also, in my head, it makes sense that if enough of the guys can kind of figure out the roles that they needed to figure out, it could turn around. Because like the entire time I watched all the losses, I'm like, I know this roster. I know they're not this bad. Like, I've seen all of these players in different spots being used in different ways before. I know they're not 1-5 bad.
Yeah.
Like, they're not that bad. And it's just, I've been watching these games and I'm like, no, they're not that bad. They're literally just, they have no connection at all right now. They're just like, so it's something I think they can pull themselves out of, but I am interested to see what might happen. They got Seattle on tomorrow, I think. So we'll see.
That'll be cool.
We'll see.
That'll be cool. Seattle had their home opener last night.
Yeah.
It was quite cool. I watched it. I want Gord to score for me, but he won't.
Seattle also won't score to score for them.
Seattle on Tuesday, actually.
Okay.
I'll actually be able to watch the whole goddamn game for once, because it starts at 10.
There you go.
And I work at night. So.
Nick, let's swing up to you. Last but not least, how are the Sens? Sens kind of middle of the road this year, eh? So far?
Yes. So since we last talked, because they were playing Dallas the last time we talked and beat them, they have lost 2. One being to San Jose, not quite as bad as Benny's loss to San Jose.
No, not quite.
But then they lost again last night to the Rangers. Your boy Barkley scored their game winner against them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and Brady Tkachuk came back on, what was it, Thursday? I think they played the Sharks. He came back and he had an assist in that game, but
nice.
That was his first game back. There really isn't a lot to say.
He got into a tilt against the Rangers. Took on Trouba.
Jacob
Actually,
Trouba.
Nick, I have a question for you. So I know the Sens were up 2-0, and obviously they lost 3-2. Everyone was like, "Oh, come back!" But I didn't know this until today. Murray got injured. Murray was playing really great that game.
Didn't he get run by Kreider?
He did. He got hit by like Kreider's knee or something.
Chris Kreider running
back at
goalie.
It again. What a bastard!
What?
Oh,
you don't say.
You don't say.
Yeah, no, it's like that's important. Like Nick, like honestly, I know, like I feel the same way about Murray. Like freaking Murray, who cares? But like if Murray like starts playing consistently,
I'm saying if he can get back to what he was,
yeah, just or like even if he just even if he just like has a strong beginning of the season, you got some other goalies in your system.
I didn't see it.
It's like screw him.
I didn't see the hit, so I don't really know what to say. Kreider did score on him, which doesn't surprise me. He's playing pretty good this year.
Kreider's a good player. He just has unfortunate tendencies to run into goalies.
No, I didn't see him
happen like 6 times.
So Murray was out the first 3 games, and they went 2-1 in the first 3.
Yeah,
Forsberg was being a stud.
And Forsberg was playing really good. The game they lost was when they put Gustafsson in. So
Forsberg appears to be the one.
Let Forsberg be their starter.
Yes, he is Anakin.
I'm pretty sure Murray's dropped 2. Well,
is it hurt?
If you consider him, let me see. I got to see who. Give me a second. I can see who gave up the goals in that game against the Rangers.
That would be unfortunate if it wasn't Murray.
I'm pretty sure
Murray gave up 1. Forsberg gave up
the others.
So Murray was in for most of the game.
Yeah, like until the last 5
Forsberg
minutes.
only had 4 shots on him,
and he let in 2 goals. He had 4 shots on him, and he let in 2 goals.
Yeah,
Forsberg did.
Yeah,
darn.
That was in the 3rd.
Well, so he just plays well against Toronto then. Okay.
I mean, that could be a case of sitting there for
like
and
then thrown into the
sat on the
50
bench
minutes of a 60-minute game and then coming in cold.
Exactly
the last 2 goals that were all 3 of those Ranger goals were scored. Kreider's goal was at 14. Then the next one was at 15:52, and then Barclay Goodrow's was at 17:57. So it was the last few minutes of the game.
That's the last 6 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So
that's
I don't know. Not a lot to say. I don't know.
They seem to be playing better than they did last year.
They seem to be firmly what everybody thought was gonna be Ottawa.
Yeah, really.
Year.
That's really what it was all last year. It was like this team is on track. This is what they're supposed to be.
And it seems to be again. They're slightly more. They're slightly above what they were, and they're just doing their thing.
For now,
friggin' pesky. I know they're gonna beat the Habs at least 2 times this year, at least. So you're gonna have those because the Habs can't play them for shit.
You might beat the Lightning. You haven't seen the Lightning in years.
Yeah.
I can also say I haven't really watched a lot. I don't know. I haven't been.
Nick, are you going to watch any hockey?
I haven't been into sports recently for some reason.
I'm gonna nail him to my couch and make him watch.
For some reason, don't you have a lady? I think I might know the reason.
No, that's also not why. I don't know. I just haven't. I didn't even watch any football today.
Oh dang! You missed the Buccaneers absolutely trouncing the Bears, 38-3.
Yeah, the Bears aren't very good.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I saw a story. I guess
Bears.
Mike Evans caught Brady's 600th touchdown pass and then gave the ball away, and then realized after, oh wait, that's his 600th touchdown. Probably shouldn't have given that away.
Now he's got to go throw for 700.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, friggin' hey, dude.
My
I mean,
God.
he's 45.
He's been going at it for
44,
a bit.
45.
Yeah.
He's still one of the best. It's friggin' impressive. But
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, by the way, I just want to point this out. Florida, 5-0, plus 13 goal differential.
Not making the playoffs, Florida Panthers, right? Yep.
I had them first.
Alrighty.
I had them first. So I just want to point that out.
Who's Florida's goalie?
Bobrovsky.
They've been
right
bouncing
now. He's
around.
been playing well.
Yeah.
Bobrovsky's been playing well.
Spencer Knight played a game against the Lightning, I think.
Yeah.
And I believe they won. I think it was 4-1 Panthers.
One of the biggest differences.
I said they were better,
Florida,
gentlemen. I said they were better.
Yeah. One of the biggest differences for them this year is that Bobrovsky so far has looked like decent, which is good considering the amount of money they're paying him and the fact that they want to be able to start him. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you don't want to bring your $10.5 million goalie off the bench. All right. What do we got here? You guys see this Evander Kane thing?
I did not.
Yeah, what a dumbass.
What do you do?
There's literally unvaccinated protocols. Like, if you're not going to do it, then all right, yeah, you're going to have a shitty time, but like, there's a thing you can do.
I know. Like, you miss a few games.
What? And then now, because of all this,
you miss more, and then those games.
This dude who's already bankrupt with whatever that shit was with like all this gambling
shit.
The number, because when you violate COVID protocol, like you don't get the money for the games missed.
Yeah.
So
it's like unpaid leave.
It's like a million something he lost out on for the games he's going to be missing, and
he can't afford that.
No, and it's just so.
Somebody tell me what happened.
Okay, so this is what happened. So he, I don't know how, but he ended up with it was a forged vaccination card. You know, we all got those little fancy cards. I actually forgot mine when I went in for my second shot. They were like, "Don't lose this one." And I was like, I didn't fucking lose it. It's on my desk. I just forgot it. But so he had one of those and it was forged. So he didn't get the vaccine, but he had this fake thing that said he got the vaccine.
He tried to pass it off as real,
Which,
I imagine.
If he hadn't done, he would have just missed, I assume, the
games they play in Canada.
The Canada games. Yeah. And instead now, because he was like, oh, sure, I'm vaccinated. Now he's going to miss out on 21 games. And then I assume whatever Canada games are after, unless he chooses to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
But so now he misses out on
my best understanding as well.
Yeah. So now he misses out on a bunch of games and a bunch of money.
And he misses out on all these games off of playing for a team that fully does not appear to want him. Like the amount of reports have been coming out of that dressing room where the guys are like, if you can find a way to not bring him back, could we do that?
You know what's real bad about that too?
What's that?
Last year he was their best player. He was their top scorer.
Yeah.
And they still are like, yeah, you keep him. Keep him over there.
Yeah.
We don't want he must be a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, it's just so much. And I mean, if any of that stuff that his ex-wife said about what he did was true, it's like, man, maybe just go. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That situation there's very little good in that situation.
No,
it's just
it seems bad.
A whole lot of bad.
Come on, get your shit together.
He's not very young. I don't know if he's got time.
He's got to be late 20s by now. But
he's got plenty of time. I think what he needs to do is focus on Evander Kane.
Focus on
hockey.
Fixing
Not
yourself
hockey,
for a sec, because it doesn't seem like he's doing so hot.
But it seems like he's gotten himself into well, obviously he's gotten himself into an awful situation, but yes, he should focus on himself, but he needs money to get out of this situation, and he needs to work. He needs to play hockey to make money.
Yeah.
But he needs to focus on himself.
There's no good angle to this.
Yeah,
it's all bad. Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I hope. Yeah. I mean, it seems like he's made some mistakes. I hope he figures it out. Hope he gets better with whatever he's going through. And
I think
honestly,
he's probably going to have to come back to the Sharks, though. That's the thing.
So.
From everything I've heard, there's no contractual way to get out,
unless they buy him out, but that would be a lot of money,
which would be
Kane.
Basically impossible
or trade
for them. But then who's gonna trade for him?
Montreal.
The Ottawa
not Buffalo.
You want Evander?
He played like shit there.
And
Eichel won't give him back his number.
I know San Jose gave out no move clauses like they were candy for a while there with some of those signings they did when they
Lightning
were.
Did that too.
Yeah, well, the Lightning are good though. That's the thing.
True.
So that might be another angle. I don't know if he has one.
Well, whatever. I hope he gets his shit figured out, and I hope he comes back, and I hope he owns.
That would be nice.
That's what I hope.
That would be good.
You only want to see people thrive.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, it seems like a long shot at this point, but
yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about this, Rick?
It's just. I mean, I know Steve Dangle. They did a long segment about this that I was watching the other day, and it's just one of those things. Yeah, I think it seems like all these personal things are obviously just getting into his professional life, and it's just you got to just take a break and separate the two of them.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna say this right now as a public health student, 90 whatever percent of NHL players are vaccinated.
It's 99.
It's way more than that. I think there's only one or two players left now.
Okay. I think there's 4.
Yeah, so
I couldn't name them.
And Tyler Bertuzzi's one of them. And did you see the comment he made?
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't.
Let me look. Let me try and find it. He said something ridiculous the other day. He was like, "Oh, I'm not even going to play the Canadian games, and I'm still going to win the Rocket."
What?
Okay.
He's just spouting.
about that.
He's just spouting
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. He's just.
There's no way,
but yeah,
man.
But yeah, like, man, like, come on, exactly. It's like, pick one. You know, if you're gonna bring the cards, at least.
Oh my god!
Like, at least just get the freaking vaccine, man. Jesus.
He has one of the craziest modified no trade clauses I've ever seen.
What is it?
The player submits a list of 3 teams he can be traded to.
Oh my god!
What are the 3 teams? It doesn't say.
He chooses.
He chooses at the time of being traded.
Yeah.
Holy.
I imagine that is what it means. Player submits a list of 3 teams he can be traded to.
That is insane. That's nearly a no move clause.
Why would you sign that?
As a Sharks exec, you mean? They really liked him.
He makes $7 million.
They liked his moxie.
He makes $7 million for another 3 years after this one.
I mean,
oh boy.
Again, as a hockey player, we've seen Evander Kane. Like you guys just said, he was the top scorer on the Sharks, like an abysmal Sharks team. Like
that's true.
He's got the skill, but yeah, that's why. Take some time off from hockey.
I hope that somehow a good situation comes out of all this. But
all I want to say, I'm going to say this. I'm just going to close this segment with this. So we see like Carey Price and players like Joe Drouin like go and get help, right?
Yeah.
And like, I really think Evander Kane needs to like look at that.
Maybe it's time to step away.
Feel like, because I know there is obviously a stigma associated with it, you know, especially Carey Price. Like, dude, he's the face of the Montreal Canadiens, and so it was really great. Again, we talked about it, seeing the fan base get behind him. But like, yes, if Evander Kane, like, I do think if he was like, you know, like, hey, listen, I'm going to take the steps to kind of sort all this shit out. I do think obviously there's always going to be people who are, you know, saying whatever online, but I do think a majority of people would be like, yes, like, good, like, we wish you the best, you know. So I would
hope.
Yep. And that is all.
All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna start us off here.
No.
Let me comb my mustache.
Oh my.
Oh boy. All right. I don't really have that many thoughts on this one. So.
All right. So now listen, we almost got into this in the Lightning, and when we were talking about the Lightning, this Jack Eichel to the Lightning is
confirmed.
Is hilarious. Because this is how it would go. This is how it could go down.
All right, tell me how it's going to happen.
Now, Jack Eichel is injured, obviously.
He is.
Needs his surgery, and then would need to rehab.
Are there a lot of good back surgeons in Florida?
I actually think my dad did go down there for back surgery. No, wait, he did. He did go down there for back surgery. So there are. My dad got.
There's at least one.
My dad. I forget what my dad got, but it wasn't what Eichel's getting. So yeah, there's at least one. Now this is how it would work. Obviously, you've got Kucherov on the LTIR. That's 9.5. But he
gets sent to Buffalo. No.
But here's the thing: you bring on $10 million of Jack Eichel, but that $10 million is LTIR. He gets the surgery. I doubt very much that he's back before the playoffs. He comes in, beginning of the playoffs. Nick, you're muted.
Thank you. I was going to say, considering he hasn't played since like the beginning part of last season, yeah, I would agree with that. That's
what I'm saying. So they can bring Cooch back. So here's how they do it. They're not just going to get him. This is how I see them doing it. I see them trading.
What pieces are going?
I see them trading Killorn or Palat and their 2022 first rounder because they do have one.
Do either of those guys have any amount of control over teams?
I believe they've got modified no trades, so they'd have to. Obviously, I'd have to see. I don't know what those lists are, but you know what? Let me look. 'Cause I actually don't know.
Because I'm willing to bet if they have a team list to not be traded to, Buffalo is probably on it.
That's probably true, but let me look.
If I had to guess.
All right, what do we got here? I
also feel like after seeing the Sabres' hot start to the season, they're reconsidering.
Modified no
that'll make him wave
trade.
there.
Maybe Eichel will stay now. After
Modified
seeing this
no
hot start
trade.
That's also true, Nick. You could you'd be like,
I very much doubt it.
Know.
They have other
know.
people they could trade as well, some younger guys, but I don't know how interested. Buffalo might be interested in the younger guys. They're kind of going for a bit of a rebuild. But regardless, they have people they could trade, and they have a first round pick they could trade to grab Eichel. Eichel, I doubt, would say no to the Lightning. And there you go. He's on until the end of the year. Comes on. Lightning go for 3 in a row. And then instead of 18 million over, it's 30 million. Suck their balls. Change the rules if you wanna stop this.
honestly, that would be the most gangster thing ever if they just went even higher over and then won it. That would be sick.
Tampa is very good at doing the things they do, so I would not put it past them to try to go for Jack Eichel.
They will abuse this rule until you change it.
I mean, yes, any team should if they have the money and the capability to do that. You should.
I want them
because it's that is the lesson everybody learned out of last year's playoff.
Imagine Eichel. Imagine Eichel. Imagine Point. Oh, imagine Eichel on the second line between like Stamkos and Cirelli, 2 other centers.
Fuck you. I don't know. I don't know if I see it.
No,
but
that would
be fun.
It's so not gonna happen, but my God, it would be awesome.
I don't know if I see it. I have a hard time seeing it with anybody right now, just where everybody's at money wise.
I have a team. I have a team in mind because
who is your team in mind?
They just wheel and deal, and I don't know. Maybe someone just disproved me on this, but like Vegas, I could just see Vegas just doing some wacky.
They're in on everybody.
They're in on everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not?
Vegas finally actually get a good center challenge 2022. They've weirdly always built from the wings in.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's an interesting strategy. You found out that one Philip Deneau can ruin that strategy. But I don't know. Yeah, that would be fun. It wouldn't shock me at all if Vegas ended up being the team, because they just fucking they do shit. Like they have no hesitancy to make that kind of splash.
That's why they're
that makes sense to me.
Choice. Yeah. They're my choice because they're just willing to do stuff like that. I think they're gonna fleece Buffalo and just do Chandler Stevenson for Eichel 1-for-1.
Ooh, that's my fleece!
Imagine that the hockey world would go nuts. Chandler Stevenson.
How about this, guys? This is kind of interesting.
What's this?
What about the Kings?
Kings
have a whole lot of picks.
They do, yeah. So if they're going for okay, just blow the doors open.
Kings would be very good very soon. They're going to be very good very soon already. That would be.
So that might make a lot of sense.
The only problem is
Phil
who do you get rid of?
So mad.
Well, if he got traded,
not that if he got traded, he went to LA because he's like, I want a bigger role.
Oh,
imagine Jack Eichel comes.
Yes.
Well, it's obvious. Jack Eichel would be the second line center.
Yes.
Philip Deneau would be center.
I mean, as much as I love Phil and miss what he brought to the
Habs, he's a defensive
right now,
center.
I will say, any team using him as their number one. I mean, the Habs got there at the Cup Finals last year, but did you watch the rest? It wasn't very pretty.
The Kings aren't even using him as a number one, though.
No, they aren't.
He's in the 2 slot.
That's what I'm saying. That's not a good thing if you ever get to that point.
It's so the thing with that is it's so hard to like quantify. Like on most teams, line 1, line 2, and line 3, they all bring different things. So like you have your scoring line, you have your shutdown line, you got your like in between
today's
hybrid.
NHL isn't like it isn't the early 2000s where you had a very clearly defined here's your superstar line on the first. Second line guys might maybe do something sometimes. Third line will be your like defensive specialists, and fourth line will just be a bunch of face punchers who play like 5 minutes a night.
Or for the Lightning, it's just the young guys.
Yeah. like that is a thing. A lot of teams in the NHL, especially the good ones, lines 1 through 3, one will still probably get the most play time, but it'll be fairly close, and they'll all bring their own thing. Yeah.
The Lightning did do that the one year. I think it was the year they owned, where they had the big boy line up top with Cooch, Point, and Stamkos.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and
that's
then
a line.
it was a line.
It's a line and a half.
It's quite a thing. But yeah, it was fun to watch, but then it kind of deteriorated, when they got off the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick, you got a team? You got a team for old Jackie?
Detroit.
See, Detroit was in my head, but I don't, just because Stevie Y is such a beast.
I think
genius.
Whoever gets Eichel, the team getting him, they aren't going to give up a ton because his trade value isn't really worth much.
It's got to be fucking low by now.
A lot, but it's also not worth a lot. Like what team's going to give up a bunch of capital? Like Mike, you're saying
you don't even know what kind
you're
of player
talking about giving up Killorn and a first round pick. I don't foresee any team giving up a first round pick for him.
Well, I don't see Buffalo accepting a trade for anything with less than a first round pick in it.
I agree with you, but I don't think teams will give it up.
So, this is my thought process for the Lightning, at least. My thought process for the Lightning is they're in the window. The window is open right now. They've got
not much longer.
It's rapidly closing.
Yeah.
So my thought is they trade away one of their aging guys that's $5 million. Maybe they trade away 2 if they really want to. But if they do that, it's going to be tougher to actually win the thing.
Because Killorn, you know what he is. He's not going to be more than
he's not more. He's already.
Right
I think he's already had his best season.
You also got to get there. That's the thing. If you're giving up 2 of your component players right now,
that's true.
The guy that's sitting on your IR for the next.
Well, that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying 1. I think if they were able to do 1, trade away a pick,
1 and a pick, and maybe a prospect or something.
Trade away a pick, maybe a prospect, and then what you do is you get them for the playoffs. You do what you can in the playoffs. Hopefully you win. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. And then after that, you're like, hey, look, we have a healthy Jack Eichel for you. What do you want for, or what are you going to give us for him? And then you trade away Jack Eichel. Hopefully getting back some of those picks.
You got GMs in the league that are like, oh, you're over a barrel now because you've got so much value in these guys, and you have buddy.
That's very true, but this is a healthy Jack Eichel we're talking about.
I agree. I don't know.
Someone's gonna bite.
I don't like the thing, though. I don't even like to have the conversation about Jack Eichel, to be completely honest with you, because I don't think you're gonna see a team do anything until he's had his surgery and back on the ice. I don't think.
But that's a catch-22 because I don't think he's getting back on the ice with Buffalo with that surgery.
I know. I agree with that too. I think he needs to be back skating. That doesn't necessarily mean he has to play. But
I see what you're saying.
There's also something to do with his no trade clause. Something kicks in next year.
That kicks in before the start of next season.
Yeah,
I believe.
Here, let me look. I got her open. I got her open.
Which makes things more complicated.
Yes, it does.
But I'm pretty sure he still has a no trade clause right now.
I mean, I imagine he'll waive it.
Jack Eichel.
But he has a lot more control over where he goes.
You and I know that there's a list of players in the league that also don't want to go to Canada. So then I don't think he would go to Canada either.
Eichel right now, under the terms thing is nothing.
Yeah. I know I've heard that, though. I think it does start up before next season or something. I know I've heard that from places.
And this is a thing.
I mean, if Buffalo had offers already,
I'm sure they've had a lot.
Halfway decent.
Yeah.
You would have thought that they would have done something because
they almost certainly should have taken one of the offers they got.
I think they're just being bastards.
Yeah. I don't also I don't know that Kevin Adams is that good at his job.
I don't think it's him. I think it's I don't think he's that good either, but I think
it's a bit of a mix. I mean,
you got the Pagulas. You got the Pagulas in there getting in there.
I don't think the Pagulas are going to want to give up a stud like Jack Eichel for nothing.
He's their guy.
Yeah, but also the longer this draws on, the less you're going to get. But I don't know. The worse they look. You go back to the friggin' behind the scenes videos before this most recent season. where it was like those behind the scenes TV shows teams do, or like it's like they
or like
it was them in a boardroom. It was them in a boardroom during like free agency, and they're like, "Oh, if we're going after Taylor Hall, we get him. We're not just going for the playoffs. We're going for the cup." And I'm like, if that's the mindset that they're in,
it's not good.
You guys really aren't sure where you're at.
Yeah, you gotta walk first, Buffalo. Or should I say crawl?
I was gonna say two players aren't gonna make you win a cup.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope they can keep whatever positive stuff they got going right now.
Me too.
But yeah, the Jack Eichel situation, I still honestly have no clue how this is gonna resolve.
Yes.
I still think the likeliest scenario is it's not gonna happen until the off season. So tomorrow we'll probably see a trade.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think it's just going to require teams being a little more free with their options. Just because when any off season, you have the opening free agency, you have contracts coming off the books, you have a lot more. You have time to be over the cap and figure your shit out.
Yep.
I think it's just going to take that.
I'm kind of with you, Ben. It's either going to happen right at the trade deadline, because you're going to have teams that are like, okay, we're not in it.
Yeah, that is the other thing. By the time you get to trade deadline, you have teams who are like very clearly out of it and are done. And if one of those teams happens to be in a position to go after him and it makes sense, then maybe something like that. But
that's going to be weird. Sorry. That's going to be one of like the first times you see a selling team going for a big name. Because normally it's the other way around.
Yeah. They're going to sell to get the big name.
Yeah.
Hard saying, not knowing, boys.
To wrap it up, I should be Brisebois' right-hand man. Listen, bring me in. Well, come. You heard that plan. It's a genius plan. Bring me in. But yeah, Jack Eichel, look out for the number 9 sweater, the blue and white, the Tampa Bay Lightning. So the Olympics, we got no 55-man list. Apparently, Ben said he saw something. They're not going to be. It's not going to be a public list, at least not soon.
Right. I know. Like, there's been a few things that have leaked out. Like there was a story that was going on Twitter the other day where Sam Girard somebody confirmed that he was not on the long list for Canada, which I don't understand. Because Canadian defense, I know Drew Doughty's on that list. There's no way he's not.
Oh, he just got hurt.
The captain of the team.
Yeah, Cappy.
That would be the most Canada hockey thing to do. Just have friggin' Drew Doughty back and make him the C. No, it'll probably be
bring Weber. Put Weber on the bench.
Blackwood story too. He's one of the few people that doesn't. I think you were wrong, Mike.
Get the vaccine.
But hold up, I'm about to talk about it. I was just listening to it. I think you might be wrong on the number of players that aren't vaccinated. Maybe not. Maybe I am. I don't know. Anyway, Mackenzie Blackwood is on the long list for goalies for the U.S. and he wants to be able to play in the Olympics. He obviously needs to have the vaccine because he wouldn't be able to leave the country. So he is going to be getting it. I wanted to bring it up earlier, but we kind of jumped that conversation. I was like a little late, so I didn't want to throw it in there. But I think there's only 2.
Yeah, it's very low.
The report that I was looking at said that Bertuzzi would have been the last remaining active roster player to not have the vaccine.
Oh. Wow. So Mackenzie Blackwood might be a goalie for, is he Canada?
US.
Nick just said US, yeah.
Okay. Blackwood's
doesn't the US have better goalies than him?
Connor Hellebuck
goalies.
Connor Hellebuck and John Gibson.
Oh, Johnny G.
It's always been kind of, he got hurt the other day, didn't he?
He did because he fucked my fantasy team.
Is it severely hurt or?
No, I think he played like quickly after.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't really do me that bad. But.
I would imagine Black would maybe be looked at as like a third option. But yeah.
Well, I did see there is an article that I'm looking at right now that's talking about Canadian goalies, projecting Canadian goalies. And it seems as though we were wrong, Nick. and Blackwood is actually a Canadian because he is on the short list.
Oh, rip.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought I might have heard that. So he then might have a very good chance because
these are the
Marc-Andre
goalies.
Fleury?
Yeah, these are the goalies I'm saying.
Carey Price is
The
not
best-
even playing.
The best goalies on this are Fleury, Kemper. Those are the best, and the others are Binnington, Price, and Carter Hart. Those are the 4 others other than Blackwood.
Oh boy.
If Price
If
does
Price comes
end
back,
up coming back like within like a month or two and like gets his feet back under him and he looks halfway decent, which you don't even need him to look outstanding in the regular season because at this point I think we all know
get to the playoffs.
He just kind of does his thing. And that has included in the past playing extremely well in an Olympics. So that wouldn't shock me. But yeah, no, Mackenzie Blackwood might have a really good chance then.
Like not every player is going to go either. Like,
yeah.
I know there's like the thing about it, like, oh, you're going to go and represent your country, so most players are going to do it. But
this Olympics is not going to be a fun Olympics. Like that's usually half the thing for the athletes too. Is like you get to go to whatever country it's being held in and like experience all the like sites and whatever and all that jazz. And like you bring your family and all that. No, these people are literally just going to be going from room to arena.
It's going to be it's going to be bubble 2.0
again. Yeah, it's going to be like the bubble again. It's not going to be the most fun time, but you do get the chance to. I mean, I think with a lot of these guys now, they saw it not happen in 2018, and like you don't get forever in this league, and you especially don't get forever in this league at a high enough level to be selected for your country's Olympic team. So it's kind of like one of those things where if you're getting the opportunity, you're going to do it, kind of thing.
I agree.
But I'm sure, I mean, there'll be some people who
that are just like
maybe are on the older end or whatever, maybe have been to one or two before, especially some of the older guys.
Zach Parise on the USA team.
Well, he won't make that anyway. God dang. Well, you know, what about? Oh, you know, that's an interesting like idea, Ben. What do you think about Ovechkin?
I thought he was playing.
Does he care? He was already. You know what? He was already guaranteed.
He had. That's been one of his things. Is there was talk around the 2018 season. It was never all that serious, but like it was a topic of conversation in like hockey media circles of, oh, is Ovechkin going to go to the KHL this year just so he can play in the Olympics just because 2018 and like all that. And it never really got anywhere, but like because that is one thing with him is he has always put a big emphasis on representing Russia and wanting to be able to get an Olympic gold. And like that is important to him. So yeah, no, he'll be there. And I think
didn't know how important it was to him.
The 3, right? Wasn't he in Russia's 3?
He is. And I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, if Kuzi goes and plays too, then they're going to have a good shot because he's playing good right now.
Dude, I hope Kuch is back.
Russia just doesn't have a D-core.
They don't need it.
That's always their problem.
They're going to call up Pavel Datsuk and they're just going to say score a bunch.
What if Datsuk does make it onto that team? Oh my God. I would love that.
I wouldn't mind seeing him playing some hockey again. It's been a while.
God, he's so entertaining. At least he was back in the day. I'm sure he's still just as good. Not just as good, but you know.
He'll pull a Datsuk deke on Hedman.
What?
I said he'll pull a Datsuk deke on Hedman.
Yeah, gosh, yeah. He won't. Yeah, whatever.
He's still playing hockey though. That is the question. I'm trying to find that out.
Hedman will just lay him out. Datsuk, do you remember in NHL 14 though? You used to be able to, even with Datsuk, who's like a smaller guy, you used to be able to just rock people.
Could he lay people out?
I remember
if you watched him play, if you watched him play, I mean, in the NHL, like, he'd reverse hit people. He was.
You guys think Yager will play?
He was very strong. No.
Yager's.
Yeah.
He's still doing stuff, but like, no.
Not for, no. And because the Czech's not like, it's not like Czech is a small hockey country. They're pretty decent size.
They're not great, but like, they're also like, they got enough bodies. He's not.
Yeah. Do you remember, Ben, do you remember in NHL 14 when I owned you with that Datsuk flip? That long range Datsuk flip.
That's not an own. That's just the fucking CPU goalie just fucking doofing.
I had it with
bad.
Datsuk I was skating from my blue line and I did a flip dump in from literally the middle of the ice. And
I had Pekka Rinne in net. He drops down in like full butterfly, but like as he went into full butterfly, the puck like went over the pads and like through the
it was legit.
No.
Yeah, it was very maddening.
All skill.
I don't know what was. I think that was more annoying than Dylan with his fucking Chara breakaways.
Yeah.
Was that until 12 where that was like almost an auto goal?
I think so. Yeah, it was
like you could just go right up the gut with him, just do like a quadruple deke and then in.
Because you couldn't hit him because he was so big.
Yeah,
that was funny. All right, gentlemen, we're a boat there. Let's wrap it up here. I want to talk a little bit about the fantasy league. Eric, I'm getting my ass beat. And so
same.
They're getting their shit packed.
Our shit is packed.
Who did I pick again? What teams did I say I like?
I think you said Cody's.
So Cody,
who's been on a roll.
Your dad and me are all very very close position right now.
I would say you're still sniffing up there.
Nick's still up there. Yeah,
I'm 100 and I'm a lot back. Hold on.
So am I.
I'm a lot back.
I'm 150 back.
So the problem with my team is that I have Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews missed the first 3 games and has been just jerking it on the bench apparently for the last 2.
Related to that, I have Mitch Marner. He's been doing dick all.
Who has been right next to Matthews. Just
Yep. It's not been great. And then I've kind of slowly been shedding them. Maybe not fast enough, but I had too many Canadians.
All right,
players.
hey, I have a proposition here. Would you like to go Marner for Matthews and see if we can kickstart something?
I mean, I don't know if that's gonna help us either way. It's probably gonna be about the same.
It's all about the juju.
Yeah, it's not going great. I honestly haven't been paying that much attention this week just because I've been hella busy at work.
Yeah,
I've just been getting on and just setting. But
yeah, that's the good thing is you can just do that.
I think one of these days soon, I'm gonna take a second. And I'm gonna scour through the waiver wire. I'm gonna see if I can't make some moves. I saw somebody doing that earlier. Was that you, Nick?
That was Nick. That would be going in.
Nick, you were just going in. I
can run you through my updates.
Ringing off.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I just noticed I had a lot of guys who weren't really doing a lot of point accumulation.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me get to the transactions. So I had Devon Taves on my bench, who's on IR, and I was like, he'll come off IR soon. No, not coming off. It's a wasted slot at this point. And then Scheifele wasn't doing dick all either because he's out on COVID right now. So I said, fuck that. So I dropped him for Kuzi, who's been playing really well. Mark Giordano hasn't been doing shit either. So I said, fuck it. And I picked up Shattenkirk, who's always been okay. And it's a very high likelihood that I'm going to shuffle rosters throughout the year anyway. It's just how I play. But I'm on the edge of dropping Markstrom because there's better goalies, the better point scoring goalies right now. And I'm like, I just want to get rid of him because I'm starting to slip. Like I'm 150 back. So I'm like, I got to start doing something here. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, listen, man, you're preaching to the choir. Dude, my goalies haven't been doing anything for me. Just nobody's been doing anything for me. Dude, Kaprizov is minus points.
I've also got Brady Tkachuk on my bench. Not Brady, sorry, his brother. Matthew. On my bench. And he isn't doing really anything either, which I guess I can't say I'm surprised about.
Nick, you have the least reason to complain here.
I was like, you're kind of fine.
You're 150 points back, yes, but we're early in the season, and you're
within range.
You've been averaging like quite a bit of points each night. Whereas me and Ben are getting like 50 points.
I'm getting like
when everybody else has got
80 a night.
Yeah.
But like
my good night's like 70.
So is Danielle and so is Nick. Like Nick's getting 100, Danielle's getting 85, 86.
Things will change. Things will change.
Yeah, Mike and I are about
to... The pickup of
take off.
Tuesday was also a good one. He's got me 18.5 points tonight.
Did Detroit pop off?
A goal and 2 helpers.
6-3 right now.
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah, so
funny.
Chicago. So all
we alluded to earlier, shite.
All you ladies who've had Chicago getting in the wild card, eat my balls.
You know what?
That was me.
They'll turn it around.
No, they very well could.
2 weeks of the season.
They very well could. But man, they're sucking some taint right now.
Yeah, it's not great.
What were you going to say, Eric?
I just said fuck Chicago. That's it. Yeah, I think I picked them too. I think I picked them as one of my teams. Yeah.
That's the good thing, guys. I saved our picks in a nice little JPEG on Instagram. So
and
it'd be real easy to.
Yep.
I mean, I think I tweeted mine too. I have no shame.
Oh yeah, you did. You did.
It's like Habs in the wild card.
Oh, real quick, Ben. I just want to say
this.
Heard
it here first.
It's gonna happen, boys.
I was watching the Habs highlights of the game last night, and when I saw Ben Chariot score the first goal by pinching in from the point, I was like, the first person I thought, I'm like, Ben's probably losing his mind.
So mad. I was happy, but
you hate Ben Chariot.
He's happy, man.
You despise that, man. Through Twitter, when I scroll through Twitter, if Ben Chariot's not being insulted, I'm like, something's off. You don't like
I had a tweet that popped off a little bit the other day where it was like Ben Sherratt's advanced stats and then like his PK numbers stayed the same, and I quote tweeted it being like PK numbers didn't change because he's been the one in the box the entire time.
Yeah,
dude,
literally.
You know what I nearly replied to that with? I nearly replied, but his shot percentage went up because it went up by 1 percentage point.
Yeah,
from 12 to 13.
I'm so mad because now he got that goal, so he's just gonna keep doing that more.
Yeah.
Listen, but if it works, it works.
It doesn't work though.
But he's got to bruise his ego.
It doesn't. Like it never does. It does like 1 out of like every 80 times.
Dang,
if you watch the highlights as well, I think the one goal it was 6-1, right, Ben?
Yeah.
So the one goal that Detroit scored was a power play goal, and on the highlights, who do you see skating out of the box, chirping at the ref? Fucking Ben Sherratt. I'm like, what?
It was him.
Why are you in the box?
He either has 5 or 6 minors already, 6 games into the year.
Dang, man.
Like, just, oh my god.
Because I saw it was at least 5 the other night. I don't know if that was before Detroit's game or if it was after, but like, yeah, in 6 games.
He needs to calm down.
Much of a, I wanted to bring that up because it was just so funny. Ben, you've conditioned me. Every time I see Ben Sherratt, I think of Benoit. Thanks for that.
I'm fucking paranoid of whatever that extension he's going to get at the end of this year is going to be, because it's going to happen.
Hey, Ben,
they
I'm just going to tell you this.
Love him for some reason. He's got an A this year. Like
I'm going to tell you this right now. If we do Secret Santa and you get me, you're getting a Ben Sherratt jersey. You're getting a Ben Sherratt jersey, and it's going to be the best gift you ever received.
Yeah, because this is it, Ben.
Don't spend that money on it.
No, because
buy a shirt. Buy a player shirt. Buy a player shirt.
Because
the jersey, a player shirt.
But then he gets you the jersey, and you have a curse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sherratt's gone.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Say no more words. Say no. Just yes. No, don't buy that shirt.
Then he'll leave.
No, don't buy it.
Oh man.
All right, I want to wrap it up, but I want to talk about this first because he's gonna do it, gentlemen. Ovechkin.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna do it.
What is he at now for goals this year?
He is. Let me look. Danielle's got him, and he's been owning for her. I swear to God, every time he plays, he's got a freaking goal.
The Capitals play the Senators tomorrow night, so I'll see it in a second.
Give me
a second. I will see it first.
He has 5 goals.
He has 5 goals.
That's 5 assists.
Can I imagine
in
5 or 6 games?
In 5 games.
Wow. A goal game.
His plus minus is also 5.
82 game pace, or 82 goal pace. So
I hope he does. I've always wanted him to.
I think he's gonna do it.
He's gotta. It's just the constant thing with him is he's gotta
stay healthy,
never fall off. Like he needs to do that for like another 3 years.
That's it.
He needs Nick Backstrom to stay around too, because that's his. That's
he's been without
Nick Backstrom isn't in right now. Like he hasn't been in for a lot of the season. He's been injured.
Still been doing it.
Maybe that's why Kuzi's popping off.
It's been. It probably is, but when they played the Lightning, Ovechkin got the puck, and it was as soon as it touched his stick, and I saw the 8, I was like, "Well, shit."
He literally came off the bench and like
scores.
6 seconds later scored.
And I was like,
it was a fun highlight.
You can't let him get the puck. Yeah, it's really cool, and I can't wait to buy the shirt when he does it.
I like it. I like the confidence hat you have in that, man.
Yeah. I think he's gonna do it. He's got 5 more years. He doesn't look like he's slowing down. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It all depends, I think, on. Or some of it depends on the Capitals.
Yeah,
I think if the other Capitals players start to kind of decline, I think if he doesn't get as much help,
he's not at a point in his career where he can carry a team. I don't think anymore.
That's
that's what I'm alluding to. Age, like
you're gonna eat those words at the end of the season after he scores 50 goals.
Well, that doesn't mean that he's carrying the team.
Yeah, like no, I don't deny he probably could, but like there'd be players on the team that would allow him to do that with their play in other areas, is what I'm saying. Like if you get to the point where it's Ovi and not much else, and like the TJ Oshie's, and the Nick Backstrom.
Hey, his name might be Tyler.
Kuznetsovs and all that. Like once all those surrounding pieces start to fall off, that might be the real test to see what Ovi would be. But I hope he does. It'd be so cool to like have been around and watching that player from the beginning and have him take it over. I think even Gretzky said he wants.
I think he
wants
did
him to do it.
And do you know what? Do you know what the coolest part about that is too? I think he still needs to pass Brett Hull, right? But if you look at the top 3 players on that list, I believe it's Gretzky, Gordie Howe, and Mario Lemieux. And when we think about that, guys, like we did not grow up watching any of those players. We hear stories about how good they were,
how amazing,
and the fact that we have a player in our generation that is going to be with that group of players. That is so cool.
Was already up there.
So cool.
Additional to all that, like what makes me think and question that stuff is like, okay, these guys did it way back in the day. They were good for their time. You drop them into 2021, 2020, 2021. Are they still good hockey players?
Oh, that's also when training camp was a couple days where you ran around the gym a few times, and players in the off season didn't exactly
the game's changed.
Like the sports science wasn't around back then.
They had wooden sticks. That's the other thing is you can almost argue that it's harder nowadays just because of how good goaltending is now. Like equipment's bigger. They all play butterfly style. They have actual goalie coaches. They don't just stand there and
flail and hope for the best.
They don't look like the big fucking marshmallow dude that's outside of car washes that are blowing up with the air,
trying to block it. Yeah. So I think it's already been proven that Ovechkin's the best goal scorer there's ever been, just because of when he's done it and how often he's done it,
and who he's done it against. Yeah.
So those are my 2 cents.
It's also I always find it silly whenever people do those conversations where they're like they compare guys, especially when you go back to like the Maurice Richard era or something.
Oh my God, you can't. They weren't wearing helmets.
It's just like
they weren't wearing helmets, and they regularly like smoked on the train. Like they like these are completely different. It's so much fun to talk about the history of it, and I mean, me amongst like I'm in love with that shit. I used to read up on that shit all the time when I was a kid. But like anytime you try to do any comparisons, I'm like, why?
It's just like trying
doesn't help
Michael Jordan to LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that whole conversation.
You really can't do that.
Again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But Ovi, I hope he gets it. That'd be really fun.
I hope so too. But that's where we're going to end it off. Does anybody have any parting remarks? Nick, maybe? Eric?
No, I got nothing.
Not appropriate for the conversation for the audience.
Guess what I'm going to be for Halloween, boys?
Oh, what? I don't know.
Any guesses, boys?
I have no idea.
Ben, is it from
something
a show? Is it from a show?
Yeah. Give us 21 clues.
Okay, well, you guys all kind of one at a time.
Show. Is it from a show?
Yes.
Should we know it?
Yes.
That makes me think I don't know it.
When he says it's from a show, it technically is a show, but it's not going to be in the way you're thinking. It's not like a character.
Give us another context, please.
You got a hint? You got a fancy hint for us?
Happy Little Trees.
Bob? Being Bob? Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get your afro?
Let's see it.
Oh, there it is.
You got your little painting easel thing.
Got a
Nice.
fro, and I made an easel out of cardboard. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
The 31st is Halloween. Are we recording on the 31st? Or are you at a party, Ben?
That's gonna be Saturday that I'm
okay.
No, we're good.
All right, so you're wearing that.
Halloween.
You guys want to dress up?
I gotta wear the costume during the pod. Let's go.
I'm just kidding.
I'm down.
I will not be dressing up.
Actually,
I don't think I am.
That's my closing remark. So Caroline's coming down this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Nice.
And Wednesday, we're going to hopefully, weather pending, there's this skate club in New York City. So we're going to take the train, and it's like 100 people get together, and they just skate down Fifth Avenue.
Dang.
And it's
fun.
That's really cool.
So I'm super excited. So it's right now it's looking like rain, but it's the last skate of the season. So it's from April to October. You can obviously still skate weather pending, but when it starts getting cold and yada yada, like less people just show up, so they just kind of make it seasonal.
Take a little video of that.
Yeah. Oh, I will.
I want to see that.
So it's the 27th of October, but it's wear your costumes. It's the last skate, and they just say wear your costumes. And I was so tempted to just wear hockey gear with my skate no reason.
I mean, yeah, why not?
It'd just be so funny to see someone just sitting on the subway in New York just with hockey gear on. They'd be like, "What?"
You'd have a picture of you go viral.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'd be on that page, that Instagram page. What is New York? If you don't follow that, please follow that. That page is absolutely insane. Oh man.
So you're being a hockey player. Probably.
Well, so the thing is, I was entertaining the idea. I'm probably just gonna be. I don't want to carry all that shit.
Rick?
So I'm probably just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna be Rick. I'll just. I don't know.
I'm gonna have the Canadian tuxedo going for
nice.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Nice.
I don't know if it's actually denim. I think it just kind of looks like
it's denim. It's faux denim. I wasn't gonna dress up, but I have a bunch of stupid onesies, so I might wear a onesie.
There you go.
Okay.
Surprised Danielle doesn't want to go to some party with you.
Dude, what do you mean? You saw us the other night when we were over. We are partiers. We're old people.
Say Mike's never exactly been. Never exactly been a party animal.
Yeah, party.
Nick, come on, you do that every time. Shut up.
Nick was out late the other night, but yeah, we can talk about that later.
Important. We need Mike. What's the thoughts on the beer that you're drinking?
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot, actually. This is quite good.
Okay.
I would get it.
Let's close up the podcast here. We can have this conversation on our own time. I don't think our viewers need to know all this shite.
Maybe they do need to know, Nick.
Lost Palate. Give it a shot. If you're an IPA guy, you probably like it. If you're not, you might, because I'm not and I like it. But that's how we're going to wrap it up. We'll see you guys next week. Have a happy Halloween, safe Halloween. Obviously, this will be posted the day after, or the next podcast will be the day after. That's about it.
Yeah.
We out.